What happened?
What happens? What happens?
What happens in the lash room stays in the lash room.
Well, Amanda, since we done doing your lashes, I was wondering like what happened, the update. People want to hear about it, so I'm kind of excited to hear what's going on in your relationship after the last visit.
I'm so excited to tell you.
Perfect. Okay.
So since I think it's been like a few weeks now, he's had I think like 5 or 6 therapy sessions now, working one-on-one with someone to really try and like break through on some of those issues. I know we kind of spoke, and it's not just like he cheated to be a fucking asshole.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Like he has some stuff he's got to work on, and so I'm really proud of him for that.
Yeah.
We've been doing couple sessions, which has been super helpful, especially when I get very frustrated. I feel like sometimes he ignores what happened. So I just have to kind of keep reminding him.
What do you mean by that? Like he make it seem like it's over and you should forgive him now, or go on, or don't bring it up?
I mean, it's easy to fall into a pattern of like forgetting that it happened, right? Like I don't want to be mad every day. I can't. I'm too tired to do that, and so you can kind of get caught in like a lull almost of, well, I'm not mad today and I'm not mad tomorrow or the next day, and then you've gone a few weeks and you're like, hey, wait, you still suck. And you almost have to just kind of remember that a little bit. Yeah. But it feels a lot better. I'm a lot less pissed off, as you could probably tell, than when we last
I see a big
together.
difference. Yeah. What about the trust issue right now?
There is none. Down the drain, down the toilet. Okay. Obviously something we're working through.
Yeah, but the love is still there.
Of course.
That's important.
But I think, anytime he's like, oh, I'm doing this, or even just tells me something that, why would you question it? I almost think like, are you telling the truth? Do I need to go through your phone? Like, I don't.
So have you been through his phone, or are you kind of like?
I have not.
Okay.
Because I don't know, I probably should. One of my friends is telling me like, girl, you need to like test him. Just fucking out of nowhere be like, give me your phone and just like check. So I haven't done that yet, but I might. I just might after this.
Well, I know he's here and he came with you to your lash appointment because he just wanted to get it off his chest, the reason why he did it and what he felt about it. And then by me talking to him, I could tell he really felt really bad about this.
I mean, like, I would too, right? Like, if I fucked up that bad, I would feel bad too.
That's true. So how are you getting day by day through this?
Well, like I mentioned, I'm trying not to be mad every day, but there will be something that pops up, like, it's a little graphic, but I'm listening to this podcast, Call Her Daddy, they're fucking great, and all of a sudden it popped up about condoms, and that, like, triggered me to be like, my husband fucking sucks, and it just kind of like took me down a little bit of that like bad memories, and I think it's more about just like snapping out of it, because then I get upset and I lash out on him, which like, not saying he doesn't deserve it, but the last 2 months have not made it easy for him.
So you feel like he doesn't deserve it, or he does?
To an extent, right? Like I don't think anyone's going to heal and
keep on and
if I keep torturing him.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't think that's right, but also like, I have to put him in his place.
Yeah, I feel that too, that, it's hard to get over something like that. So let's bring him on and see his view and his point of view.
And his phone. Give me your phone.
Oh, and his phone, right?
Give me that phone.
Where's the phone at? Right?
Maybe I should take a look at his phone while we're here.
There you go. So you guys are pretty open now. Like everything's open, no hiding, no passwords or none of that.
No, her face is on my phone. She's always known the password, but now she can open it with her face.
Shit.
Right there.
Bam! Unlocked.
Okay, I like that.
Me too.
I think I need to do that too.
That is like one of the first steps in this. Like the first step is getting rid of all extracurricular activities.
Yeah. That's
step number 1. If you can't do that, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
You are going somewhere, just not the way where you want to.
Exactly. You said so. Now you gave her your password. Was it you guys agreed, or you guys went to therapist and they told you guys should do this, or?
So it was the week before our couples therapy. She's like, hey, she suggested, but heavily suggested, a few activities that to help with trust, and one of them was passwords. The other one was social media moratoriums, which, to use a big word, it just means stop doing that shit. Like I'm off of social media altogether. It's not on my phone. It's not anything like that.
For a long period of time.
Which was also his idea. So I didn't say, delete Instagram, I don't want you on it, but I was trying to say, hey, how are you going to help yourself not fall back into this pattern?
Because it's one of the things I did, one of the triggers is I was talking to other people online. So.
How I caught him. Fucking Instagram.
Yeah.
So Amanda, you want to ask him some questions, like to open this and see why he did it?
Yeah.
What was the reason? But keep in mind, okay, go ahead. I'll say it.
No, girl, no.
No, go ahead.
No, I want to hear your wisdom. Tell me what you're gonna say.
I'm just glad that you guys got over this with the love instead of still not trusting each other. And
Yeah.
I think love will conquer anything and everything if that stays strong.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Okay. So obviously the question is like why, and I think before you even answer, what he's told me over the last 2 months is kind of like unfolded and unpacked. Like the first one was like, "'Cause I'm stupid." Obviously, right?
That's gonna be anybody's immediate
But
answer.
then, like 2 months in, I'm curious, like really why? Like, why do you believe it happened? Other than you're an idiot because I'm fucking awesome.
It is very multi-layered. It has a lot to do with stuff I never dealt with my entire life. So advice for anybody: deal with that shit. It's gonna bite you in the ass. But it really just comes down to selfishness. I talked to you about this week. Is that every action I did, every excuse I have is all about being selfish, wanting my to have my cake and eat it too. The secrets, the lies, everything is just all about me.
yeah, but you was really actually having
But
your
we
cake.
could though, right?
Yeah.
like
By your
Right.
swingers, you was actually having
So,
your cake
and
and
that-
eating.
I had all my cakes
With
the
every
cherry.
cake.
And so that part of it is what.
Is it a control thing that you feel like this is mine and this has nothing to do with her?
Yeah.
Because you did take her last name
Yeah.
in marriage.
Yeah.
So do you feel like I hate to say this, like your manhood was kind of taken, so therefore you was trying to get it back by saying I'm in control over this right here instead of what she is in control.
Not about
over.
not about my manhood
Oh,
being
okay.
taken. Yeah, I'm not. I don't really subscribe to that aspect of it.
Okay.
But it is about a form of control.
He also started these shenanigans before we even got engaged.
Yeah.
So I don't even think there was the aspect.
Because exactly, because your
necessarily-
name, you didn't have her
Yeah.
last name,
Yeah.
so it was more like a control that you had
Yeah.
over
Yeah, it's a part of it is control, and a part of it is
power.
no, getting high. You get high off of the secrets. You get high off of Instagram, off of the hits. Like social media is a very addictive thing. It's a dopamine hit that comes real fast and goes away real fast. So the more you do it, the more you need it, and the shorter the dopamine hit gets. Same thing with secrets. You know, if you have a secret, it stays with you, and you
It's
get
like,
to,
ooh.
yeah,
She don't know
you get
this.
to build off
Yeah.
of it. Yeah, it's that little high there, and then the lying is that immediate rush, you know, stuff like that. So there is a chemical aspect to it too. Like I don't do drugs, but I imagine this is what it feels like.
Okay.
You know, because without social media on my phone, I still open my phone and go, oh, it's not there anymore.
Oh, okay.
I still have the triggers. I still have the physical aspects of it.
Yeah.
So there is that is a part of it too. So there's selfishness, control, getting high, stuff like that.
Well, and what's crazy too is after he eliminated social media, I noticed he paid. I don't want to say paid more attention to me, like I'm like I'm a dog, but like I remember it was like a few mornings after all of this unfolded, out of nowhere before work he went to do the laundry, and I was like, who are you? Like you're not present in our life to ever do
I
that.
became more aware and more present just in my own body.
Instead of
because
just like being on your phone all the time. It's like
mindlessly doing something.
laundry
Yeah.
looks full, I'm going to do it. And that was something that almost then re-angered me. So I got
Yeah.
upset again because I realized how much was taken away
Wait
from
from
me.
you, exactly.
And I didn't even realize. It
Until
wasn't
this happened.
yeah, it wasn't just like, oh, he's chatting on Instagram for months. Like, no, he's not doing the dishes or doing the laundry or helping me with
Because
things
he's distracted
not.
with other things.
Yep.
Mhm. And I had no idea.
Yep.
Wow.
So there have been several revelations since that
Yeah.
almost re-upsets me
Yeah.
when I realize it.
Yeah.
And then it just, you have
Yeah.
to deal with it.
Well, that's no more question. I'm curious to see what he have to say.
Ooh, okay, so I want to know, I don't know if this is too personal, but
Let's
when I
see.
call you on Instagram talking to her, this was before all of the other stuff unfolded, I had no
Right.
idea about anything. We were on our honeymoon
Yep.
and you were texting her.
Yes.
Did you not feel like a shitty person? Or Like you just felt
yeah, I
good
always
about
wanted to know about that. Like
every
when
day.
you're doing it, do you feel bad?
Dude, and I looked at the timestamps, and it was every day, and I could see the times, and it was like, there was one specific one on Thursday at 9 a.m. in Jamaica. I remember this, and I'm like, bro, we were at breakfast. Like,
Yeah.
I was sitting right there, like.
Did you ever look at her and say, oh my God, I feel bad that I'm doing this, or oh my God, won't hurt?
Afterwards. So it's
Like when I caught you after?
No. When the high goes away, the guilt happens.
But when did it go away?
Real soon.
Do
Real
you
fast.
think it would
Fast
still
enough
been
for
going
him to
after
talk
me?
to her every day of the 6-day honeymoon.
So-
So if you would have never got caught, you probably would still been doing what you're doing.
Very much likely, yes.
Oh,
Yeah, I think eventually some of it would have burned out, but
Yeah.
like, yes, I can confidently say.
I feel like everyone's like grabbing their man's phones to like check what
Do
they're
it.
doing right now.
Do
You'll be
it.
surprised. You'll be very surprised.
I know what you're doing later tonight.
All right. Give me your phone. I'll do that. Period.
Give me your Instagram.
Who is that?
Yeah.
I think every couple should do that every now and then.
It's, yeah, that's
Yeah.
so
Because
that's
we only human. We
that's
do
one of the
do those
things-
sneaky things.
yeah
Of
one
course.
of the things I never realized is I have issues where I'm a self-saboteur. Everything I get good, I dump it. So when you go 38 years doing that, you're doing it by yourself. You're doing it to yourself. I've only ever harmed myself.
And me, like,
no, up until you, I've only ever harmed myself. When you find somebody you truly connect with and you actually want to spend your life with, now you're fully connected to that person, and everything you do, they're affected by. And that's, I had no idea about that.
but then it also goes further, right? So it's, then we've learned, specifically with you, it goes beyond me.
Yeah.
Yes.
You as my friend of 6 or 7 years, you're upset with him.
Yep.
My family upset with him. My friends upset because
Yeah.
now it wasn't just done to me, but they're like,
Yep.
wait, I
This
thought you were
affected
a
a lot
good
of
guy.
people.
Like now
Yes.
my thoughts of you are like
Yeah.
Yeah.
mixed up.
That's like a big secondary hurt for me. Is like I hurt her, and now I hurt everyone involved.
Yes.
You know.
I was a little disappointed, but I still love you because I realized that we all human and we make mistakes. And it's so funny. Someone always said it's not a mistake; it's intentionally. But we're
Right.
only human, so I try not to judge.
We
Yeah.
all fuck up. It was
There
a
you go.
mistake, but like
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You know.
that's one of the things you're not supposed to call it according to all the like I've read probably
Don't call it a mistake. Call it
yeah
intention
I've
because
read
yeah.
read almost 12 or 13 different books on like the whys and the hows
Yeah.
to move on from this, and every one of them say don't call it a mistake because now you're gonna hurt.
Did
your
you have
partner.
feelings for these people?
No.
You never gave. Okay. So you knew how to separate the two.
Yeah, I compartmentalized a lot. With the person that I talked to on Instagram a lot, I was basically getting anything I wanted out of them without reciprocation.
but like if anyone read the screenshots,
It would seem much
it
different.
was a like long distance relationship.
Yes.
Like
Yeah, it felt.
quite literally
What
he,
was it saying?
he
Like,
was let me tell you because it's burned into my memory.
Here we go.
It went, and I'm so sorry to this girl if she watches this because she seemed like such a sweetheart.
Did
and
she
had,
know about?
Yes,
Yeah,
well,
she
because
knew-
we
she
Well,
swing.
don't feel bad.
Yeah, she knew
He-
that. We were
Oh,
married.
you guys just swing with her.
No. She
He
knew,
just
she knew
didn't-
that,
yeah.
that we were married.
He didn't communicate to her that I wasn't aware of her.
Yeah.
If I had been informed per the rules of our openness, it would have been fine. So she would just thought,
up to
hey,
up to a certain
yeah,
point.
like hey, Amanda knows.
Yeah.
So she didn't know anything, but it went from like chit-chatting here and there, commenting back and forth on stories, to all of a sudden he was like helping her find a job out here, which I was like, what the fuck? What the gross.
So she's gonna try and live out here. So you're gonna have her on the side with.
I don't
Amanda.
think it was for them to be together,
No, it
and I
wasn't.
didn't seem
There
like
was no
that.
intention of that.
But you would have kept on seeing her if you wouldn't have got caught, and she would have moved out here.
No. No, that's
Believe that.
That's-
I don't believe
I don't
that.
believe that either.
no.
Anyway.
That's I understand that that's not a believable situation. but
Yeah.
I only wanted this aspect of that from her.
To move out here.
No. To,
So she
Just
was
to,
like
like,
never really
talk.
move
to
out
just
here.
to talk, to be
So it's
nine-
kind of like leading her
to
on,
be
like really like.
1,900 miles away, and I don't have to have any responsibility towards
Well,
them.
why was you trying to find a place out here for her to live?
Because I'm Captain Sabaho.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it
okay.
went from that into like they would have normal ass conversations. It was bizarre. Like super normal talking about me, talking about the dogs, like just like talking to like I wonder how tight you are and I'm like, "Oh, okay, like, let's keep going. And then I kind of saw as the conversation, I don't know how explicit I can get here, but like, as the conversation just unfolded, he was talking about things he never spoke to me about. And I was like, well, now I'm hurt because you never asked me for those things. It wasn't like, hey, I don't like butt stuff, so like go fucking find it somewhere else. It was like, you never communicated any of this, and now you're seeking it from someone else. Like,
And why is that? Like, if you never discuss a butt with her, why would you discuss it with someone else?
That one's actually never been asked. That question's never specific.
surprise!
Question.
I remember all the messages,
Yes.
let's be
Yeah. It's
clear.
burned into her brain, and it's really
I read it like
unfortunate 'cause it's not in mine.
17 times.
Or is it really, you really didn't want to do it? It was kind of like a fantasy, but not really a
Yeah, it's basically like you continue. It's a game of yes and. You continue the conversation to see how far you're going to take it.
Yeah.
You know, there's not a lot of.
But
intent
physically, you
behind
wouldn't have took it that far.
it. No.
I kind of get that for some reason.
No, and it makes sense, but it's just reading this stuff, and I'm like, and he would like send her, sorry to just put you on blast, man, but like, he would just like,
That's what this is
they
about.
would like send each other these cute fucking pictures, and I'm like, you never send me cute selfies at work or while you're, you know, like on stream playing, you know, whatever you're playing, like, and so it was more than just like sexual. If she was just this like sexual being, like, she's so hot, so like, sure, yeah, I get it, but like, you're having this emotional thing, you're doing this cute stuff with someone that like, you never do with me. They would like sex, just like all those things.
Yeah.
And then the final straw, beyond just like messaging back and forth on our honeymoon, was when the day we were leaving, and I know you know what I'm gonna say, but we're leaving and he's like updating her on our flight.
Yeah.
Like, all right, babe, at the airport, all right, we just landed in Miami. And then she's like, oh my gosh, and he's, you know, he tells her that we just landed, just got home, and she's like, what kind of present did you bring back for me? And he was like, just myself, hope you're not disappointed. And I'm like, you motherfucker. Like,
So it was more just to lead her on.
yeah.
Really not doing anything more than that.
Yep.
When
So
he,
you don't think if she would have came out here? You
Oh, I would have chickened out for sure. I would have fucking chickened the
okay.
shit out.
Because?
Because I'm a
Yeah.
chicken shit. I would have anxiety to right the fuck out. I would have ghosted that shit like nobody's business.
Oh.
Change the phone number. Like, I lost my everything, babe. I gotta change my entire identity now.
he would have kept lying is the moral of the story.
Exactly. To her, more like to her.
No, yeah, I would have switched the deceit.
Yeah.
You
Yes,
know,
exactly.
to like, I would have just not said anything to her about the whole situation, and then to this other girl, I would have just been like, I moved away. I live in
change
China.
your phone
To
or
another
something.
country.
You know,
So
like
let me ask you
anytime
some
I would have gotten a
question.
text from her, I would have thrown my phone in the
I'm
ocean.
always curious to hear the woman ask the man the questions like why and I wasn't that enough
Yeah.
or why would you do what you did. So go ahead, all yours, Amanda.
Well, okay. I guess, yeah. I mean, we've been together for years now. We've been swinging for years. We have people. We have a procedure. We have a process. This isn't new. Like, why did you still, I guess, like, not follow the rules, right? Like,
Right.
you can read anything in my phone. Nothing's a secret. I tell you about every woman I'm with before I'm with them, except for that one, which was a mistake.
So you did that before. You kind of like didn't tell him you was having.
She told me on the drive home after it happened.
Oh, by the
But
way,
I told him I was going out with someone.
Yeah, I knew that she was going on a date with this person. That for the second date, the first date she did not.
I was very unattracted to her, and then 3
You-
cocktails later,
Yeah.
You
we
became
just banged it out, which is fine. But I told him immediately, so there was not a secret. It literally was
It wasn't
like,
a secret.
I did it. I started to become unintoxicated, and I was like, oh shit, babe, like, I did this, and like, we moved.
So you wasn't mad at her.
I came off as mad. I have terrible communication issues. As
Were you mad because she didn't include you, or
No, I
because
was mad because she slept with somebody she was unattracted to.
Oh my god,
Was it
if I
worth-
had $1 every time I slept with someone I wasn't
Right.
attracted to, I would have a lot of money.
But like my first
So
question.
swinging is not the act; it's the honesty and the truth and
Yep.
the
That's
vibes
that's where people get it mixed up, and I also got it mixed up. It is 100% about honesty, both with yourself and with someone else.
True.
You know, everyone involved has to be honest with themselves and with everyone else. Otherwise, everything collapses.
Yeah, that's why I just want to understand, because you were basically cheating on me for 2 years while I was also sleeping with other people, but like in
But
very
openly.
clear communication.
Oh, okay.
And so like I guess I just am curious, like, when I'm like, hey babe, I'm gonna go out with so-and-so, and you know what's probably gonna happen, and then you're like, fuck my wife or girlfriend or fiance at the time, like, I'm not gonna reciprocate the honesty.
Mm-hmm. This is something we're still trying to really get to the core of, because the immediate answer in me wants to blame childhood bullshit, in therapy and whatever, but that doesn't account for every action. So it has a lot to do with my like shame around everything and my inability to effectively communicate my feelings to both myself and to you.
So do you think like the more you lied, the easier it became? Because I'm just surprised that you did it this many times. It wasn't like a one and done or even a two and done.
Yeah, each lie was a justification unto itself and to a justification to my feelings. So like every time I would lie or would be deceitful, it was a way for me to not confront how I actually felt about our open relationship.
Fair. I think it's a shitty answer, but
yeah,
makes sense.
Anything I'm going to say is a shitty answer because they're never going to be good enough.
That's one thing I learned is that no answer that he gives makes anything feel better at all.
No answer I have or I give you is going to be good enough to justify what this is.
Yeah. Do you have any questions for me? I know we talk a lot, but
not really. This isn't about grilling you, it's about grilling me.
That's fair.
But do you think she was satisfying you? Like mentally?
Sexually?
Sexually, physical, mentally, anything.
I've tried to do that stuff.
Don't you think something happened?
You haven't tried it, I've accidentally tried it. You're like, hey. Yeah. Not all of us have great aim.
It's true. Wow, you're taking a really long time to think about that.
You never give me opportunities to answer and to think.
But that was like at least 7 seconds.
Okay.
At a minimum.
Okay. Well, emotionally, absolutely you satisfied me. There was things that I didn't know I needed until I found them other places, like you pointed out.
Yeah, I read.
Yeah, exactly.
What was those? What?
Like sexting. I didn't know that was something I liked.
Oh, sexting?
Yeah, shit like that. Yeah. So. I mean, that's a
so who started first? The girl or you did? Or like how did it start? If it has to start with somebody, so
I have the screenshots. So who do you think started it?
I think it was me probably.
okay, so why you couldn't start it with her? If that's something that you or she didn't give or you wanted.
That's about attention seeking. So.
And the attention you didn't want from her, you just wanted from someone else.
I wanted it from somebody else who I felt spurned me in the past. So this is somebody that I tried to go after in the past. There wasn't a clear no, but it was that it's a no if you're smart enough. And so I was like, oh cool, and then all of a sudden comes around and now I look good and
now that you're well taken care of and someone cooks for you and cleans and does everything, now you look
so. But one that
nice.
does all that for you, what make you want to just step out, saying, you know what, she take care of me, she cooks, she make love to me, she let me have open range and swinging. So
attention.
So she wasn't giving you enough attention.
This is one of the things that I kind of revealed to her this week is that I probably mistakenly, we didn't really talk about it, but the fact that she would go out and be successful in her endeavors, I felt was taking attention away from me. And so I sought attention other places. Now, whether that was true, that's the way I perceived it. Now, that's most likely not true because our perceptions are usually negatively biased and terrible towards the actual truth.
So instead of telling me, he just fucked other people, which makes a lot of sense in opposite land.
So how do you feel like this is never going to happen again?
Because
But what make you think it's not going to happen again?
Because I'm going to do everything that I can to make sure it doesn't happen again.
So you don't believe in once a cheater, always a cheater?
To a certain type of person, yeah. I think that the triggers and the temptations are always going to be there, but it's like an addict. You just continually fight it every day.
Yeah.
You know, every opportunity you have to recognize that every trigger, every like situation opportunity, you have to recognize that there's a potential for this, and you have to be very hyper vigilant in that. And taking away social media from myself was a really big step in that. Like, I'm actually very much happier, just in general.
Oh, perfect.
I'm not doom scrolling. I have no distractions to other bullshit. The only reason for social media is for attention. You're trying to get attention from
That's
the
anybody.
world.
That's right.
Yeah.
From the world. You know,
Yeah.
whether it's your old high school friends, your
Approval,
old high school
anything,
sweethearts,
that's right.
like just random people on the internet. You're trying to get 10,000 people to like something that you posted.
100% right.
So, and I don't need that shit. It's not good for me.
So how do you feel about all this, Amanda? Like
I
just now
mean-
hearing what he's saying, even though you guys probably already talked about it. But
Yeah.
how do you feel him literally like speaking on
Waiting for you
it
to
with
say
me in the room?
Waiting for me to say what?
Actions speak louder than words.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I've told. Actions speak louder than words. Like, cool, we'll see. Not to be
Yeah.
pessimistic. Obviously, that's not like an attitude that's gonna foster like
Yeah.
our relationship. But like, cool, we'll
Yeah.
see, we'll see then.
Yeah.
Like, I was fooled for 2 years thinking that
I mean, were you
You-
really full? Or did you
100%.
have- you had no clue.
Like if you had told me that, if you were like, hey girl, I caught him cheating, I would be like, you're out of your mind. Like I wouldn't have
Really?
believed you, because I truthfully thought we were always honest and always honest, always open. I really, and maybe that's on me because I'm so busy. I work
yeah.
14 plus hours
That's
a
what you
day,
think,
and
exactly,
like
yeah.
I just didn't think I had to monitor anything. I didn't think I had to babysit anything. I'm like not innately an insecure person.
Yeah.
So I'm not like, what are you doing? Who are you talking to? I'm like, hey, we've built a foundation of
Exactly.
trust and communication. So like, I don't care who you're talking to.
Yeah.
I'm busy. Like, I don't want you grilling me on what I'm doing, because like, you know what I'm doing. I'm, chit-chatting with my girlfriends.
Yeah. Exactly.
Or if I am talking to someone, I'm like, oh babe, like look at what they said. Like, oh my, like I'd show them Instagram messages all the time. I'd show them
Yeah.
messages from Hinge, from Bumble, from Field, from everything. And so I thought we were on the same page, and like joke was on me because we were very much not on the same page.
So do you think everybody cheats in a certain way or form or
100%. Yeah.
every single body? Every if
How you define your relationship is individual to that relationship.
Exactly, you're right.
You know, however many people are involved in that relationship, and every single person, like in any relationship, there's one person that steps outside. How far they step outside of that relationship, and whether they course correct, how fast they course correct and realize it, or the couple figures it out, or the throuple or whatever it is figures it out, like is on them. But I think on a long enough timeline, every single person.
Yeah, whether it's like a quick flirt
Yeah.
or a quick
Yeah.
something.
Because
So-
it's how you define your relationship. If you know, if you just flirt with a random person and
I would think that's cheating.
right,
Yeah.
and your spouse saw it and was like, I'm not comfortable with that, consider cheating. They're not comfortable with it. Now you course correct,
Yes.
it's not a problem.
Yeah.
But you don't course correct, it's continued.
Well, and he went unchecked. He went unchecked like 2 years,
Yeah.
right?
You know
So
what?
Unchecked.
unchecked, like I didn't catch
Unchecked.
on.
Oh, okay.
So it's
yeah.
not like he slipped up and I was like, hey, don't do that.
Yeah.
It was 2 years straight of me having no idea.
Yeah. But yeah, I think on a long enough timeline, everybody's gonna slip up.
So you with the same people was 2 years or different people?
There's different people. Yeah.
So you don't catch feelings if it's different people. But a long-term relationship, you kind of start catching feelings.
This is gonna sound really shitty for the people I dated before this, but I never caught feelings before.
So it's easy for a guy to
Yeah,
not catch.
I think
okay.
I've actually caught feelings for one or two other people in my entire lifetime, and those were like high school, very early 20s, and then it went like 15 years.
Oh, okay.
So like.
And that's when you got with her, or?
Yep.
Okay. So at night when you laid down with her, look her in her eyes, and knowing that you was out there cheating with men and women, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not one time you felt like, damn, this is wrong. I can't do this.
Oh yeah, I did.
But why didn't you say, I'm gonna stop doing this?
Because then the next hit came.